Hello, party people. Hello, it's Randy for Thunderhorse Descendant. I'm here today with project number 3 from July's Plumage Bargain Bead Box for 2023. Today's project is this feather necklace. I'm going to do a necklace today. This will be super cute. Probably pretty easy as far as like techniques and stuff, although we will be using some chain, doing some stringing, doing a little bit of wire wrapping for the feathers. And here are the beads that we're going to use today. We're going to use those Paves crystals, so I'm super excited about that. Yeah. So, if you are new here, welcome in. Thunderhorse Descendant is a working studio. So if you hear things and stuff going on, that is just us doing work. Don't be alarmed, things and stuff. We also have pets, and sometimes they get crazy because we're just real life beading over here at Thunder House. So, anyways, if you are new here, welcome in. If you are not new here, welcome in. I hope you're all having a lovely day. We're going to jump down to the mat, get this party started. All right, my party peeps, here we are down on the mat. So here's our design. Do a little chain on the top, do a little stringing here. Gonna wire wrap up all our little feathers, and that's how we're gonna proceed. So here's our beads. Let's take a better look at those. Here we are. Zoom in just a smidgy. Just a little smidgy. Okay, here we go with our feathers. We got 4 feathers, and then we have these Paves beads. Now let me take a look. I think I said we were going to do lime green with the feathers, and then also the teal. So these ones on the feathers, and then these ones in the necklace. I think that's how we said we were going to go about it. I think I might switcheroony the teal for the blue, just because then I have more. To me, these are like more lighter colors, the green and these ones. So now I have like one dark color and one light color, and then one dark color and one light color, which, I don't know, just in my brain right now seems more effective. So we'll do that. I'm just gonna get this going. And we will be ready to rock. I don't foresee this project taking very much time, but you never know. You never know, you never know. I do think it's going to be cute once we are complete with it. So these are all going to be, all these beads are going to be for the beaded portion. So I'm going to move those up here for now. And as a matter of fact, I'm just going to put them, in here so they're out of the, out of the way. Alrighty. And our chain. So we will just start with this. Now all we're going to do for this is we're just going to wire wrap these onto the beads. So we'll go green, blue, green, blue. Now if you wanted to do another combination, you are perfectly welcome to do so. Any combination, I think, with these Paves beads would look nice. My trash is so far away. I don't know what's happening. And it also kind of depends on which way. Like, do you want to do blue on the outside, green? Maybe you want to go like this. If I had a center focal, I would probably go this way, but since I don't, I'm just going to do a continuous pattern, and I think I'm going to go that way. So next up, we got to get these wire wrapped. So of course I'm going to be using Soft Flex 22 gauge, because that's where I love to be with my life. I'm going to get these other ones out of the way for now, and we're just going to focus on one at a time. And I'm just gonna get these ready to go. So all I'm gonna do is wrap them up so that they are able to be beaded on. So we wouldn't have to use any other jump rings or anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a loop, just like so. I'm going to open that loop a little bit. This is what I got. And I'm just going to thread on my feather. The feather is a little thicker than I anticipated it to be, so I just got to open it up a little bit more. And then I take my chain nose and I'm going to grab a hold of that. I'm going to take this and I'm going to wrap 1, 2, 3, back around to the end. And I'm just going to make sure that my loop is big enough so that the feather can flow freely without getting wonked up, you know. And there we go. Then I take the Paves bead, put that on the top. Oh yeah, that's gonna be cute. And then I'm going to make another loop on the top. So I leave a little bit of space so that this bottom can fit before it's like the bottom of this part of the plier is touching the bead. So if I take it away, there is a little bit of space there, right? And I go over the top, spin, bring it all the way around. And I want to make sure that I'm tightening this loop up to my plier because otherwise it's going to be a different size than the others. And then I'm just going to wrap it. Danger. Squish the loop, squish, and tuck in. And there we go. So now I can just thread this on to my beading. So you can see when I lay it down flat as how it's going to be on the necklace. You do not see the mat through the loop. You just, if you saw it, it would look like this. You don't want that. You want it to be like that. So this should be both of them so that you can see the feather facing the front. Easy peasy. Then we just do it again. We're going to do it 4 times on these guys here. So we're going to create a loop, bring it around, make sure it's, open it up, do a feather, I'm going to come in and, oh, I'm losing my feather. I'm going to come in with the chain nose, grab the loop so that it keeps its shape, and go around 1, 2, 3, just like that. And then we trim this. Okay, so on this loop, it was this wrap, it was a little bit off center, so I'm going to take my chain nose inside the loop and I'm just going to gently squeeze them down so that they come together a little more. And then I'll tuck that tail in once I got it where I want it. So we have this guy, and then I'm going to go with the green one this time. Ooh, yeah, like that. Okay, and I'm going to leave a little bit of space, fold it under, round the top, Spin the plier. Bring this all the way around. Make sure the loop is tight. And then go around. Squish the loop. Tuck everything in. Now, I make sure that everything is laying appropriately. I cannot see my mat, so it is laying appropriately. There we go. So now, I'm going to make these other two, since you guys know how to do it, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have switched my battery. So we're going to start with the stringing portion. The stringing portion leads out with 2 pave beads at the top. The rest are the crystals. We're going to string in our little droppy drops here and then connect chain. Pretty simple, I think. So let's get all our beads in here. Chain we can put to the side for now. Now, I am going to split these. So when I split beads, I just split them like this. I don't like to count them. You can count them if you want to. I don't really want to. So I got one extra one. I'm just going to put him over there. So this is for this side, and this is for this side. And the reason that's important is because these are going to go, whoop, these are going to go on that side, and these are going to go over here. So that means that we probably will have to count these to see how far we want to space them in. But pretty much, I'm just going to make a pattern because I'm going to start from the middle of the necklace. So to do that, I am going to be utilizing the Soft Flex medium. You wouldn't necessarily have to use a medium on this. It's not going to be heavy at all, but that's up to you. You could use a 19 strand or something to that effect, but I have this out, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. And this is not going to be we're not going to need a lot of wire for this because it's only going to be not very long. So I'm going to say probably like, this is about a foot. This is a foot, right? I'm going to get a foot. Shouldn't be more than a foot. Okay, now I'm going to start in the middle. So normally, I would have like a focal piece, but I don't for this necklace, which is kind of odd. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take one from this side and one from this side. Well, actually, I'm going to take this extra one that we had, and so that I'll have 3 in the middle. But I have to take one from this side and one from this side so it works out. Okay, so I'm going to start with 3. Then I'm going to start by putting on my feathers. So I'm going to put on the blue, and on this side I'm going to put the green. Let's take a look at that. So what I'm looking at is to see the direction of the feather. So depending on which way that you flip it, it does have a different direction. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop in here with some seed beads. And I think I want to use this green color. I'm going to use this green seed beads we used in the last project, just as a little bit of a spacer bead. Okay, and so I'll put the 3 on, then I'm going to go seed bead, and then I'm going to put this one on, and this one. Okay, let's see what we're looking at here. Yeah. So if you look at these feathers, you can see that there's one kind of straight edge. You see it's more straight than the other side. So I'm doing opposite because when it hangs, I don't know, that's just, that's the thing that I do with earrings. I always kind of do the opposite. So I don't know, I just feel comfortable with that. You do you. I'm going to then add a seed bead here on the other side for spacer. And I'm only going to put seed beads where I am putting charms. Okay, so now I go here to this side, put a crystal, and now we got to make some decisions about how close we want these other charms to be. And honestly, I don't know that I want them to be too close, so I think I'm going to go 3 beads from each side. So 3, 3, and then spacer beads, charm. Now I want these two on this side to be going the same direction. And if you happen to get it on there and it's not going the same direction, you can always give it half a twist. You can usually get about half a twist and you'll be fine. Okay, seed bead spacer on both sides. Yeah, I'm digging that. I think it's pretty cute. Okay, so now all we have to do is put on the rest of the beads to each side. I think I'll go 1, 2, 3 and add a little bead, just because it's kind of the pattern. 2, 3, add a little bead. To be honest with you, yeah, that's pretty good. 2, 3. And then here I'm not going to add a bead, I'm going to add these 2 paves. So it's up to you which direction you want to go. Do you want to do the teal and the green, the teal, whatever you want to do there. Then I'll reach around here and I'm going to grab my stopper bead. I'm going to go to the other side and I'm going to do the same thing. So 1, 2, 3, spacer, 1, 2, 3, spacer, 1, 2, 3, spacer. Okay, so now we got to make some adjustments because this one is broken, so it is unusable, and I would, and then I would only have one left, and I would need so I'm basically here, basically right here with my bead count. So 1, 2, 3 spacer, 1, 2, 3 spacer, 1, 2, 3 spacer. So because I have this odd number now, I'm not going to put these on because one was broken. Had that one not been broken, we would have been able to use those, but it's fine. Not worried about it. So now we're going to put our pave beads back on. I did leave that spacer there just because I already had it on there, so whatever. Green, teal. Alright. Here we are with that. Now all we gotta do is finish it and whip it onto the chain. Let me put this down here. Okay. So let's get our chain piece ready. So this is curb chain, so you kind of gotta, I would go through and kind of, you know, make sure it's not all twisted up and weird. Just a little bit, because mine seems to be kind of twisted up and weird. I'm just holding it up, and I can't really see me. Holding it up and kind of untwisting it a little bit. Because I'm going to cut this in half. So now they said this was stainless steel, right? Is that what I heard? Yeah, stainless steel. So I'm going to use my junk cutter, and I'm going to cut this guy right here. Because you wouldn't want to use your good cutter. You wouldn't want to use your good cutter on that, because it would definitely mark it all up. So now we have two sides for the necklace, and I'm going to crimp right onto this chain. So it's up to you if you want to use both of these beads, these pave beads at the top, or any of them if you do or don't. Completely up to you if you want to add them into your pattern some kind of way. I guess now that we have an extra bead, technically we could see how this looks to put one bead in between, one crystal. If you like that kind of deal, let's take a look at that. I kind of like that. I like the taper of it. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to put the bead stopper on this side. I'm just going to finish it up. I'm going to use a size 2 crimp in silver. Let me get 2 of those out. And I'm going to put that on. And then I'm going to put on my piece of chain. I'm just going to crimp right onto this. So I'm going to run it back through the crimp and into this bead here. Okay, so on this side it's really a lot easier to do the crimping because you have more control, because nothing is ended yet, so you can push this bead up and do whatever you need to do there. So there's my first part of the crimp, and then I like to crimp this way, so I'm going to hold this upside down. I'm going to put it in there. I don't know if you guys can see that. You see that? And then I'm going to crimp and roll it over. Crimp and roll it. Crimp looks good. I'm going to put this in there. See, so you can see about how much I have coming out of the bead here, so I'm going to want to trim that a little bit. There we go. Now I don't have anything coming out of the bead. So now I go over here to this side. Same thing. Put on the tube. Get this part of the chain. Run it back through here. Okay, so now this is the part where you're going to have to get your slack all straightened up. So the best way that I have found to do that is to first tighten it and then loosen. So I'm going to hold that up. I'm going to see how everything's laying. and it is pretty tight, so I'm going to just give it a wiggle wiggle, move this down. Okay, so this is about how big I want my loop to be, so I want to keep that part of it, and then I'm going to wiggle wiggle a little bit more, push that down, wiggle wiggle wiggle. Okay, so once you got a little bit of slack, then what you're going to do is you can push this back up to where we said we want our loop to be, and that's all that extra is going to come down into the stringing. So now once I got it where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and crimp, turn it, there we go, everything looks good that side. Now I put it in here, and I'm going to push and roll, and crimp. Looks good. Give this a little trim. I'm going to get as close to this bead as I can get. Oh, gotta get a new cutter. I'm literally going to have to take one out of inventory. I thought I had another one down here or something. Okay, that looks good. So here we are. Okay, now here we're going to get our measuring tape. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Oh, that's the wrong way. This is very cute. So now here's what I'm going to do. Since this is curb chain, I'm not even going to worry about the length. I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to measure it to see how long it is, because I'll show you why. I'm going to use it as an extender chain. So we know that this bead is the middle, so we've got about, what do I got here? About 22. About 22 inches, right? We got about. So all I'm going to do is I am going to get myself a lobster claw. I want, let's see what we got. Here's a lobster claw. And all I need is a do a round, I guess, and a round on this side. I think these are locking jump rings. They look like it. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to, oh yeah, they feel like it too. Put this lobster claw on. Okay, and I'm just going to put another ring over here. Now if you want to get snazzy with it and put something on there and do all that, you totally could do that. But here's the deal. Did this one click in? I don't remember hearing it. Must have. Okay, so then you could have your 22 inches here like this, right? Have your 22 inches. No big deal. Or you could take your lobster and go down here any which way you want to. And then this is going to be in the back, so nobody's going to see that. You could straighten out the front, and then you could have whatever size you need for that day. So yeah, I am pretty happy with this. I think it turned out just like the design. Let's take a look at the design here. So here's the original design, and here is the finished product. I'll be honest with you, well, I guess we did change this a little bit, but for the most part, I really do like that we decided to go with the continuous pattern down here. I didn't know how I was going to feel about it at first, but I think that I do enjoy it. You guys. Oh. Do you see what I see? I got too many beads right here. There's 4, not 3. Okay, I'm going to end this video here because I think that it turned out lovely. And then I'm going to start a new video, and then I'm going to fix it real quick. Anywho, I'm not worried about it. I'll just have to restring this part. And presto changeo, just like that, I got her fixed up. So I just restrung this part and took the extra bead off. No big deal. So anyways, you guys, I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. If you are, please let me know. Give me a subscribe, a like. Consider becoming a member to support Thunderhorse Descendant. It's $9.99 a month, and we have a goal of getting 30 memberships in 30 days. And I think we have 20 right now, and we have until the 30th of July, I believe it is. So if you have been considering subscribing, please do so. We would love to have you. Members get to see all of our videos one day in advance, and they get one member only video on Wednesday, which is a live, and it's about bead education, and we read books and look at old jewelry journals and different types of things like that. So if you're interested, please click the join button and you can read all of the perks for becoming a Thunderhorse Descendant member. Now last time I asked a question, so I'm going to ask a question this time. Now last time I asked about ice cream. So I hope you all have a lovely day. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.